Hey there, fellow classic comic collectors. As always, I'm Scott Harris King, and today we're back with some store visits, but these are stores that we've already been to before. Yes, I'm returning to 3 different stores. I'm also hitting up a used bookstore that's right down the street from one of these stores where I got a couple things. So let's jump right into it. I want to show you all the cool stuff that I picked up at these different stores. A lot of dollar bin finds. We're going to jump right into it, beginning with the comic One Stop. I think that's what it's called. One stop shop. Anyway, it's in Clinton, Massachusetts. Been there before. I lived in Clinton for 25 years, and the store was just getting up and running when I moved away, which is just, my luck of things. But last time I was there, I went through the dollar bin and I found a Lobster Man #1. Now, Tartan Fandom, one of my friends and longtime viewers here on the YouTube channel, was enamored with the Lobster Man, so I sent him the Lobster Man 1. But there were other issues of Lobster Man in that dollar bin. There was at least 2 other issues, so I went back there specifically to get the Lobster Man issues for Tartan Fandom, and I'm sorry, Tartan Fandom, they were gone. Someone else, there you have a competitor. There's someone else out there desperately buying up all the issues of Lobster Man because they were gone. I don't know. It's been several months and they were gone. But I did spend a while going through the dollar bins. I found some cool stuff, some stuff that's worth money. And I put that in quotes for reasons that'll become clear in a minute. But let me show you some of the stuff I got. Just a few issues. Here's something that's not worth money, but is always worth more than $1. It's the Richard Corbin issue of Solo. This is a thing DC did, the series Solo, where they'd have spotlight issues, which are anthologies where all of the art was done by the same artist. And this, of course, is the great Richard Corbin, who recently passed away. These are books that if I see any of these in a dollar bin, I'm going to get them because they're just great, great art. So I was really happy to get that. Picked this up on a complete whim. I could not find anything about it online initially. Turns out it's not worth anything, but it's still kind of cool. It's the Vertigo X Preview. Now, I remember they also had the regular Vertigo Preview, which I passed on, even though it has the sneak previews for all of the Vertigo's original titles from the early 90s. It's not really worth anything. But this is one that I've never seen or heard of before. For their 10th anniversary, they did a new preview issue. April 2003 is the cover date, and it was $1, and it has previews of all the stuff that Vertigo was doing in the early 2000s. Some of these Vertigo preview issues actually have some value. Not this one, but it's an interesting kind of neat slice of time and comics history. So I thought it was neat. I thought it was cool. Okay. I got 2 of these, and this is where I had the quotes for value. It is Suicide Squad #4, and here's the other one. They're not that bad, they're upper mid grade, 7 range probably. Not bad for bouncing around in dollar bins for the last 30 years. It's the first appearance of this goofy character, William Hell, and apparently he appears as the main villain in the Peacemaker TV show. Now, I'm recording this well in advance. At the time I'm recording this, these are selling between $15 and $20 each on eBay. You probably won't be seeing these in the dollar bin trading challenge. Maybe, I don't know. What I'll probably do is put them up for sale on eBay, and then if they don't sell, then at some point I get desperate, I'll put them in the dollar bin trading challenge. These are books that I don't actually think have any value. I don't know who's buying them for that amount of money. I think it would have to be at this point fans of the TV show, but I don't know. I'm just puzzled because it just doesn't seem like a book that's going to hold any value. I feel like 6 months from now, which is maybe when you're watching this video because I'm recording so far in advance, this is a book that will probably be worth $5 again. So I don't know. They were at $1 each. It was worth picking them up, but I'm not going to retire on those. I also picked this up. It's low grade. It's probably a 4, maybe a 4.5. It's Superman #73, second printing. Now, I've really been getting into searching out these late prints for the Death of Superman. This is very early in the Death of Superman storyline. Of course, he died in issue 75, so this is part of the build-up. But a lot of these issues have multiple printings, and some of them are very easy to find. You know, Superman 75, most of those printings are really easy to find. But some of the issues around it also had multiple printings, and some of those are not that easy to find. This is one of those. So nice copies are selling on eBay when they come up, and there's only been one that's sold in the last 90 days, but it sold for like $22 plus shipping. This is not a nice copy. This is going to go in the Dollar Bin Trading Challenge. It already has by the time you've watched this, because I already have some other Funeral for a Friend late print runs in there, so I just added this into that to give it a little extra value. If I were to put this on eBay, I'd probably price it at $15 because of the condition, and I think someone would buy it, but again, not worth that much. Finally, though, here's a book that will be going in the Dollar Bin Trading Challenge. It's pretty nice, again, given that it's been bouncing around. It has some non-color breaking bends and thumb bends and stuff, that sort of thing, stuff that could all be pressed out. It is the Spectre, number 62, last issue of the Spectre, low print run. This is a series kind of like we've talked about before, Sandman Mystery Theater. It has a cult following. It has a great reputation. Low print run for the late issues in the series. So I was really happy to see this. It was also nice that it says final issue here, so I didn't have to remember that that was the final issue. So again, this is a book that's going $20-$30 right now on eBay as a low print run last issue. That I think will be going in the Dollar Bin Trading Challenge. Here it is. It's To Stop a One Shop. I don't know. It's an odd title, but there's the bag. I should remember that. So, thank you, Stop One Shop. That was in Clinton, Massachusetts. I picked those up. Now, I also went to Maynard, and we did a return visit to Excelsior to pick up look through the dollar bins there, and I didn't find anything that's worth any money, but I found a couple things that I wanted for myself. Now here's this series that I actually, last time I was there, I got a bunch of issues. We're gonna have a theme here, because that came up with most of these is stuff that was there last time and I somehow missed it. But last time I was there, I got several issues of this series, which is a independent self-published series that's local here in Boston, the Burbs. I have to give these guys big props. I first saw them at a show, I think in 2009. And then at that point, they were on around issue 4 or something, and they've still been putting them out here. So 13 years later, they're still making them. They're up to like issue 24 or so. So it's slow and steady, but I love the commitment. And again, I have issue 6 of the Burbs and issue 9. And it's sort of a fun, cute, like vampire girl story. So, or witch girl. So it's really cool. Happy to get those. Again, I got several last time, so I have a lot of issues of Burbs now, but probably still less than half of the run. Pick this up, I'm going to win just in case it was worth anything. It's not, but you never know. It might be at some point. It's East of West, number 1. This is a series that had a lot of hype sort of at the time. I don't know if it lived up to that hype. I'm not sure people really continued. It is a Jonathan Hickman. For a dollar bin book that was unbagged and unboarded, it's not too bad. It's got some stuff that could be pressed out, and it's actually pretty clean considering it has a white cover. I should put that in a bag and board. That's going to go in my long-term speculation box. It's $1. Why not? I'll just put it in there. Last time I was there, I got most of the issues of JLA. Now, Great Lakes Avengers, GLA. I might have already gotten a copy of this. My checklist says I'm missing issue 2, but I got 3 issues of this run at Excelsior. So logically, I'm figuring this is the only one they had there now. I'm figuring I missed this one, and they had the whole run, and so I just put it wrong in my checklist. I don't know. But these are early Squirrel Girl appearances. I believe this series is her second appearances. So like her first appearance was in the early 90s, and then she didn't appear anywhere for over a decade. And then when this series came around, she's in all 4 issues of this. So I've been trying to put this together, and similarly, here's another early Squirrel Girl appearance that came after this one. It's the GL Xmas Special, where the Great Lakes Avengers become the Great Lakes X-Men. And again, we got a Squirrel Girl cover. So I'm doing pretty well, working my way through getting all of the early Squirrel Girl stuff. There was a storyline in Deadpool that I don't have yet, but that might be all I'm missing to get all of her appearances before she started appearing in New Avengers, the Bendis run, and then they started using her and everything. So that was Excelsior in Maynard, Mass. I got those out of the dollar bins there. So some really cool stuff for myself as well. The dollar bin trading challenge. Just down the street in Maynard, there's a really great used bookstore. So I should say in Maynard, there's also an antique store on Main Street that has a ton of comics. I've only been in there once. I really need to go back. Nothing's priced, and it's the sort of thing where the guy looks the stuff up on eBay, and as a result, he's not even really, he charges a lot of money because he's just looking at what people are asking. I don't know. That's why I've never been back since the first time I was there. But he has a lot of stuff. It's worth checking out if you're in Maynard, but also on Main Street, there's a great used bookstore. They have a bin of some really trashed dollar comics that are just jammed in there, have been just piled in there. So they're mostly wrecked. But I did buy a couple for $1 each. This is one that turns out not really to be worth much, but it had a lot of hype at the time. So I took a flyer on it. It's Thunderbolts 110, but this is the more rare second printing variant. Now in nice condition, this is about a $10 book. This isn't nice condition, so I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I'll probably just throw it in my box just in case at some point this becomes worth money again. But yeah, that was a bit of a nothing burger. I did also though get this in the dollar bin, and you'll probably see this in the dollar bin trading challenge at some point. It's Venom Lethal Protector #1. Now, in nice condition, somehow boggling to me, but this is a book that's going for $35. This is not in nice condition. It presents pretty well considering how rough it is. It does have some scuffing on the cover. So it's got this, metallic cover, and it's got a couple scuffs. Like here, you can see some scuffs here and there. But overall, it presents pretty well. The main problem is this here. As you can see on the back cover, there's a stain here on the bottom. This looks like someone spilled coffee on it or something. This actually goes through the whole book, except for the front cover. So the front cover is okay in terms of water damage, but the rest of the book has this little dollop on the bottom of the pages. So this is something that when I put in the dollar bin trading challenge, I'll probably be asking no more than 15 in trade for it. It's a really hot book right now. So I think it's, even with the staining and the water stuff or whatever, it's still worth some money. But it's too bad that it's so beat up. But it's a cool book to see. I personally can't stand Venom, but I know a lot of people like Venom, so we'll probably see this and we'll see what happens with that. Finally, I went to my LCS and I got some cool stuff. That's Entertainment in Worcester, Massachusetts. I got some new stuff. I got some old new stuff, and then I got some old stuff. So let me show you what I ended up getting for new stuff. First of all, I got these. It's Alter Ego number 173, which is about the irresistible rise of black superheroes, and 172, the Moonlit Mayhem from the astonishing Alfredo Alcala. Love reading the interviews and the history of these people. I like the interviews more than the histories, but when you have these interviews with the actual creators or sometimes with their families, I think it's really great. Now, these are $11. The price went from $10 this issue up to $11 cover price for this. So it's quite expensive to be buying these. And for me, the series is a little hit or miss. But there's just a wealth of comic book history in these that you can't get anywhere else. I have a huge collection of Alter Ego. They were doing a massive online sale at one point where their stuff that they still had in storage was like $2 or $3 each. and I bought a huge pile of like 40 back issues. So I've got some of them I've never even gotten around to reading because there's so much. But I've read most of this one at this point. I haven't started this one yet, so still a lot of great reading to get to. I also picked up the only series that's currently on my pull list, which is Usagi Jimbo. Now, you may remember last time I was there, they had missed an issue on my pull list, and basically they believed that the book had come in damaged, and they were never able to get a replacement copy because the print run was so low. So they said they would look into getting a copy of 18 for me, and they were able to do that. So I was very happy that I got the issue 18, so I once again have a complete run of Usagi Jimbo because this is the only one I was missing. But I also got the two newest issues. It's 24 and 25. And this series is great. What can I say? It's just great. This last issue, 25, it has the return of Jay. I think that's how you pronounce it, Jei, who is a fan favorite villain. He's like the ultimate villain in the series. I'm not a fan of Jay, but whatever. Anything from Usagi Jimbo is great, so I was very excited to get those. Now, I also got some back issues. First of all, I have two that I no longer have because I've already sold them. Yes, I flipped them. So I'm going to put them up on the screen. The first one was a Superman number 77 second printing that I paid $4 for. I sold it on eBay for $40. I was very excited about this in part because I already have another copy of that in the trading challenge, so it's sort of validation that I wasn't crazy in doing that. Additionally, and along the same lines, I bought for $4 or $3, I think, $3, a Spectacular Spider-Man 178, which is the first appearance of a character who apparently is the new villain, the Queen Goblin. So it's a female version of the Green Goblin. And I paid $3 for it. I sold it on eBay for $20. And again, I have a copy that I got in a dollar bin that is waiting to go in the trading challenge. So that was, again, more good validation for that. So I was very happy with both of those. But I sold them so fast that I hadn't even had a chance to record this video. But I did get a couple things for myself. One of them is this. It's a nice high-grade copy of, wait for it, it's X-Men 184, the first appearance of Forge. So I'm going to get this in a bag and board. Now, as you know, I already have a couple copies of this. I don't want to pay more than $10 for these if I can help it. That's what I've been trying to do, is stock up on them at $10 each. This one is $15, but it's also nicer than the other ones. Now, they have two more copies at $15 each there, so it's possible that as I continue to go back, maybe I'll pick up more copies. I didn't want to buy them all at once. But I want to get this, get a new bag, get a board on this, and put it away with the other copies of this that I have in my collection, because it's the first appearance of Forge, and I'm a big Forge fan. But the other one I got, I was much more excited about. It's about a 7, I would say. Some might say a 6.5. I'm gonna just say a 7 because I feel like it. It's got a non-color breaking, a couple of non-color breaking in, let's say a 6.5. A couple of non-color breaking indentations, some ticks along the spine, and there's a little bit of raggedness along the top edge from thumb bends. But other than that, it's a beautiful copy of House of Mystery 290, the first appearance of iVampire. You can see that I paid $18 for this. I'm very pleased with that. It presents beautifully despite the technical issues with it. And this is one that's been on my radar for a long, long time. So I'm really happy to get this. Great Joe Kubert cover, great colors. And so I was really pleased to see this. I don't think I've really looked through their back issue bins. I mean, their horror back issue bins before. But there's certain ones I'm looking for now as I'm recalibrating my collection. This was up there on the list. So again, there's some technical issues with it that hold it back, which is why it's $18 instead of $30. But really nice looking copy, so I'm very, very happy with this. So that's my haul. 3 comic book stores, 1 used bookstore, several dollar bins, several dollar bin finds, and just good times were had by all. So let me know what you think down below, and I'll see you next time.